Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's read-through of Beastars. So this time around we're going from chapter 96 onward, and I'm incredibly excited to read because where we left off, the last chapter was great. It was about Lewis finally breaking down after losing Ibuki and deciding to let Lugosi eat his leg, and then that leading Lugosi into going into Super Beast mode. So I thought all that was really cool, and I'm excited to see what we get through this time around. We're very much almost caught up. I think maybe like 3-4 at the most more videos to catch up. So if you have any suggestions for what to read after this for the read-throughs to take this place a spot, there's nothing really that I'm personally feeling like at the moment, even of all the suggestions I've got. There's nothing I'm just really feeling at the moment. So if you have any more suggestions or things you really want to see take the spot of Beastars, then just give a suggestion. If it looks like something I might be interested in replacing the slot, then yeah, I'll do that. I'll give it a chance. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, go for it, because we're almost caught up, so I'm excited. And then I'll figure out what to do when I'm caught up. I don't know if I'll do videos every week, but I might maybe every couple weeks do a 2 or 3 chapter video. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, to tell the truth. But also, I'm a little bit nervous for this because for my read-through last week, which was The Promised Neverland, for some reason or another, there was some audio desync, and that rarely happens. So it hasn't happened enough that I actually know what it all causes it. I think maybe the manga reader site made my computer lag, and maybe that's what caused the audio to desync. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen here, but I have no evidence for what makes it happen or not happen. I'm just slightly paranoid since it happened recently. But yeah, either way, let's get into reading. I think I said all I needed to say there at the beginning. But chapter 96, there is one version that says, I give you a crimson cross-section, and another version saying, I give you my crimson cross-section. At first, when I saw that, I thought it was 2 separate chapters, and I thought that was brilliant. Name one, like, a crimson cross-section, then the next chapter is my crimson cross-section. Brilliant. But no, it's just 2 versions of the same chapter uploaded. So I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to read through the first version, and then I'll skim through the second one to see if there's anything that looks different. So yeah, pretty much as always. So either way, let's start off with Beastars chapter 98. I give you a crimson cross-section. I thought I was already in the clear. I thought I'd completely separated myself from the notion of eating meat, and had finally reached the end of the road of becoming a harmless wolf. Beastars chapter 96. I give you my crimson cross-section. Okay, so it's my crimson cross-section there. And we have this his shadow turning into this stream in the wilderness saying harmless wolf. That's what I've always thought. Lugosi reflects on the taboo of eating meat. Alright. Flashback to when Lugosi and Lewis escaped from Riz's rampage. I don't want to see you die. Eat my right foot now, before you go out and fight. And I love that losing the foot is kind of breaking Lewis's curse. It's the last thing tying him to his harsh past, really. Now, before you go out and fight, what he said was crueler than telling me that I was going to get killed. You're terrible, Lewis-senpai. You're shaking so much, Lewis-senpai, and yet you've gone out of your way to show me your weak side. If I don't accept this side of his, then who will? I don't have time to overthink and hesitate, he says. Huh? I'm not going to eat your foot because you told me to. That's just an excuse. I don't want to eat your foot, Lewis-senpai. Okay? His words are filling my predatory instincts with joy, reawakening my claws and fangs. My body, so easily influenced. I'll never justify eating flesh. I'll eat your foot because I hunger for it. You'll allow that, won't you? So you won't let this be my noble sacrifice, huh? Fine then. If that's what it takes to satisfy you, I swear that I won't let this be in vain. Alright, and now we have Super Beast Mode Lugosi. You look a lot different now, Lugosi, says Riz. My nose isn't working well since you bent it and all, but it seems that the former star actor Lewis-senpai came here to help you, right? You're desperate, aren't you? You actually ate him when he tried to help you. You, me, The carnivores were all the same. Were monsters, who are easily swayed by the desire to eat meat. I'm sure Lewis-senpai in heaven would agree with me. He's alive, says Lugosi. Lewis-senpai is here as we speak, and he's inside me. And we have Lewis in the background with the bandage on his leg, and he yells Lugosi. Lewis-senpai, he thinks. Tem, and that's what Riz thinks. Lewis-senpai, I can feel your flesh spreading throughout my body. It's like a forbidden magic. I'm gonna use it all tonight. And he rushes in, punches Riz straight in the face. And, I love with the punch, we have the flashback to Lewis and Tem looking back at him. You chose to become a monster, Riz. When you ate Tem, what do you think of Tem now? Or is his taste the only thing you remember about him? And then Riz looks angry, and then repentant for a second. I wanted him to be my best friend. Even now, it's the only thought that occupies my mind. It's the only thing. My feelings for him are much stronger than your feelings for Lewis-senpai. And then he goes from that repentant look back to being angry again, because he never felt the same for me. We're both beasts who've eaten flesh. We fight on, thinking only of our prey. If there is a God, then he must be laughing at our fight. Now Riz goes in to punch, and we have the flashback of him right before he ate Tem. Hey Lugosi, you're trying to reduce me to a flashback character, says Lewis in his flashback. I'm alive, you dumb dog, says Lewis sitting by the tree, and they both look over. Lewis-senpai. The bond of a carnivore and an herbivore, by eating and being eaten. They've made their bond stronger than ever. It's what I've always wanted. Did I need to match their desperation, to have it for myself? And Riz is, seeing where he went wrong and being selfish. Tem, you put your life in danger by spending time with me, and yet you weren't afraid to show me your smile. If I had thanked you for being with me, while you were still alive. And then Lugosi punches him in the stomach. Would that have made things different? An earnest, continuous struggle with the bonds between carnivores and herbivores. The culprit spirit is crushed by their weight. The great battle among beasts, Lugosi versus Riz, has reached its end. Next time, a colored page to celebrate the 10th manga volume. Okay, so we're going to see where the story goes now, actually, after the defeat of Riz. And, what the actual conclusion's going to be. Because, who knows what the hell they're actually going to do with Riz, you know? Some of my guesses are, I kind of feel like, I don't know, if they turn Riz in, which Lugosi didn't want to do at first, does Lugosi become Beastar, or is he going to give Lewis the credit and Lewis becomes Beastar? And I had said a while back that I think what happens after they take down Riz, somebody becomes Beastar. Maybe they both get to be, co-Beastar or some weird thing. And that's going to transition us from doing stuff with Cherryton School to going and having, they are going to have to compete with the Beastars of other schools and to meet other schools and stuff. So I think that's, the natural next stage higher for the series. But either way, let's see what they actually do with Riz. Oh, first, I forgot, the second version of this chapter. Let me go through really quick and see if anything looks different. Okay. Looks basically the same. Maybe they just got the title of the chapter wrong, and that's why they re-uploaded it with the actual right title with My instead of A. Because it looks basically the same. Okay. Same old, same old. Alright. Yeah. Yep. Looks like it was all the same. So, guess we're moving on to chapter 97 now. So let's see what happens. Alright, we've got chapter 97. We were just out eating. The New Year's battle between Lugosi and Riz is ended. And now. And I like this, the 2-page color spread has Lewis and Lugosi on it. And I love how they're obscuring the one leg of Lewis not to give away what it's going to look like now. Or possibly if they had to submit this before the last chapter came out, not to give away what happens in the last chapter, really. Okay. Pina, restrained by Riz. Okay, yeah, we still have Pina that was all tied up. Okay, and he unties himself using his horn. Got it. And I thought these horns were only good for attracting females. Gotta hurry. And he runs off. Okay. And now we see the end of the fight. The New Year's bell. How long was it ringing? Thinks Lugosi, catching note. Hey Riz, it's the New Year now. And then Riz snaps out of it too. It might not be the best time to say it, but Happy New Year. And Lewis just looks so off. I always hated his airhead tendencies. Even after he ate my foot, that part of him still hasn't changed. You win, Lugosi. My heart's been broken for the past year. Now, I feel like I can actually breathe now. I sugar-coated my memory of Tem, and I looked at the herbivores around me like they were food so I could protect myself from getting hurt. I was wrong about everything. And I was found out by a very strange wolf. He ate flesh, and yet his eyes looked beautiful. I must have looked nothing like him when I ate Tem. My face was covered in blood just as his is right now. Yet the difference is clear. You have established a genuine carnivore-herbivore friendship, says, Riz. Okay, what now? Thinks Lewis. Lewis-senpai, let's go to the hospital. The duel is over. You sure didn't hold back eating my foot. Did you think your dirty t-shirt was enough to close my wound? Oh, sorry. This is going to be kind of hard to explain at the hospital, too. Hey, Riz, what would Lewis the Red Deer say at a time like this? Lewis-senpai, I handed words, admonishing words, impressionable words. I should have plenty of hurtful things to say to him. He's the damn killer. And this is actually Lewis thinking. I've lost my foot now, so I'm sure anything I say will be effective some way or another. What do I say? There he is! Freeze, we're the police. Oh shit. Oh, Pina must have called them. Put your hands in the air. Large breed squad, get the bear first. No, thinks Lewis. I won't be disingenuous to the carnivores anymore. Riz, wait, I won't condone what you did, but I'm a terrible upperclassman. I'm sorry I never tried to notice how lonely you were. Lewis-senpai, I'm sure that the carnivores I've met will be a constant part of my life. And he thinks back to Free, Ibuki, and Lugosi. Stand up. Do not resist. What's going on here? Did I call the police at a bad time? Pina. You two, put your hands up in the air. Now! With a random cop. Oh? Do you hear me, Wolf? Are you taking him hostage? Is eating his foot not enough for you? Juvenile predation is a crime, damn it. Put your hands up. Now. That's a tough call, thinks Lugosi. My hands are occupied at the moment, and he starts licking the blood off his face. Don't lick your face, you're making yourself look bad, says Lewis. Why are you putting your hand in the air? I'm doing it in your stead. If you let me go, I'd fall flat to the ground. Yeah, but you're the victim, so you would just confuse the officers. What are they talking about, says one of the cops. Dunno. I know, but unless we show them that we're friends, they'll unquestionably send you to prison. And besides, you're the real victim. I basically forced you to eat my foot. I don't mind being your assailant. Allow me to pay you my compliments. Thanks for the foot, Lewis-senpai. I'm glad that you were the first and last animal I ate. Our relationship will always be that of an herbivore and a carnivore. And now, I'm able to see that as a good thing. I love the development Lewis has taken these past few chapters since Ibuki's death. Well, I'm fine with that, since we're friends now. Of course. Wipe your face and smile. You look like a criminal. Oh, sorry. And then he smiles with the blood wiped off. Man, that is an iconic panel for the series. Oh my gosh, and another one. His fangs are what finally broke my curse. Man, so good, Lewis's development. A carnivore's fangs are what cursed me. Whoa, with the pain of being a weak prey. And only by those fangs could my curse have been broken. Right, Lugosi? This is bad. He's lost too much blood. Get a stretcher, now. Call the hospital and tell them to get blood transfusions ready. And tell them that he's a minor and a servid from the Order Artiodactyla. Hey, says one of the cops, putting his hands on Lugosi's shoulder. We're gonna have a long talk back at the station. Yes, sir. Don't worry. I know that there's more to this than meets the eye. Lugosi. I'll be seeing you at school. That's a promise, says Lewis. Lugosi responded to my childish outburst with a silent and mature nod. The carnivore and the herbivore, their friendship fully established. I love this. I love the development that Lewis has taken, especially, in particular. But now, let's move along to Chapter 98, Meeting Eyes with Myself, 20 years into the future, I think it says. Okay. Now we have Lugosi eating and drinking something. Wow, a young carnivore's appetite sure is frightening. Not to be sarcastic. Inspector Papico, 41. Mustilidae, a stoat. Oh, sorry, sir. Thanks for the food. It was delicious. After eating flesh, Lugosi was taken to the police station. It's my treat. You must have been starving. I love the chair that the stoat, Papico, is sitting on. Got stoned in an interrogation room, just like the movies. But at least the soybean cutlet is good, right? Chapter 98, Meeting Eyes with Myself, 20 years into the future. Okay, so this must be somebody looking at who they think they're going to be in the future, I would say. I really do appreciate that you're letting me eat this after I had to drink 3 liters of laxatives. That's the normal procedure for juvenile predators. Your friend's leg ought to be out of your system by now, says Papico, trying to remember names. Well, this is it for your 2-day detention. Your misdemeanor's been dealt with. You have your friend's testimonies to thank. And then we see Riz, Pina, and Lewis have all been talked to. I think I'd annoy Lewis-senpai if I tried to visit him. Normally, we wouldn't give you a criminal record just for a misdemeanor, but this is different. You're a predatorial offender. What? Hold on. Cast for his ribs. Oh. A predatorial offender. Never heard of it before? It's when you commit predation, the unlawful consumption of flesh from a living animal. I have a criminal record now? Wow. Just be more careful when you're around herbivores, alright? Since I'm a predatorial offender now, what are my limitations? First off, the unregulated colleges are going to be pretty nasty with you. If you show up to the entrance exam, they'll look at your record and ask you to leave. Well, I guess that makes sense. Also, finding work isn't going to be easy, since most companies nowadays are owned by herbivores. Work, huh? Not going to look forward to my 20s then. Huh. And also, it'll be impossible for you to marry an herbivore, and he starts laughing, and Lugosi flops backwards. Whoa, what's the matter, son? Did you get poisoned or something? I love his face. Officer, I think I'll suffocate if I don't tell him right now. There's a female herbivore who I want to marry. Isn't there anything I can do? Oh, says the stoat, looking relieved. Oh, you teenagers. When you become an adult, I'm sure you'll look back to your interspecial romance as a bittersweet memory. Thank you for your care these past 2 days. And we have Lugosi leaving. You better control yourself, you hear? Most juvenile predators never recover after all. I'll be careful. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that I have a criminal record now. I've never even heard of the term predatorial offender, and I know too little about interspecial marriage. My ignorance is like a curse right now. And he goes to the bookstore, decides now to research, and he's in the same species marriage section, right by interspecial marriage. Okay. There aren't even a lot of books about interspecial marriage to go around about. Look at how thin that bookshelf is. Yeah, that's still a lot of books, though. That's still kind of a lot on interspecial marriage. Interspecial marriage was legalized 10 years ago. Yeah, I remember this. I was 7 at the time, and it was all over the news. If you fall into one of the following categories, then say goodbye to interspecial marriages. Marriage between land and sea animals, marriage between poisonous animals and non-poisonous animals. Poisonous animals can unconsciously excrete poisons during sexual intercourse. Marriage between predatorial offenders and herbivores. So I guess that means no Lugosi x Rokame. Poor Rokame. Marriage between predatorial offenders and herbivores. Okay. Size is not an issue. There was a case where an African elephant married a hedgehog and became a full-fledged family. Oh, size doesn't matter, he says happily. I wish I knew that sooner. Oh my god, I'm going to need a screen cap of that. And I love he locks eyes to this antelope-looking person beside him. I've got a scar on my face, I've got a criminal record, and my relationship with a rabbit is as unstable as ever. My opportunities in life are becoming despairingly limited. When you become an adult, I'm sure you'll look back on your interspecial romance as a bittersweet memory, he thinks back. A bittersweet memory. Is that really how I'll see all the stuff I've been through? I look at the animals around me. Not a single interspecial couple in sight. Their social experience and common sense dictates them to be with someone from the same species. If I were to reform myself and enter a carnivore university and get a job somehow, then maybe I could get married to a female gray wolf and have a family. And he thinks about the possibility. Oh, I love his... I love son Lugosi and then baby Lugosi. Oh my god. Oh, it's great. Whoa, that's not me. That is not the life for me. Eek, and then he bumps into this one looking like a goat couple. Oh, sorry. Did you see the scar on his face? You okay? Jeez, that scared me. Yep, this is my life. Oh, not exactly easy living, though. I can survive well enough as a tail-wagging misfit of society. I'll try to find a way of life that's right for me. I'm sure he could just work for Goheen, go to a school, study to be a doctor. Goheen would totally, kind of support him and carry him through, really. After meeting Haru-chan and Lewis-senpai, I've received shackles on my legs, irreplaceable shackles. Heavy, and not meant for nostalgia. Okay. And we see his file there. Born April 9th, Canine Grey Wolf and all that. Alright. After all, I'm not in university and I'm not employed. On top of that, I'm an ex-convict. My vague determination is now crystal clear. The world outside is filled with unexplored territory. That's a really good-looking panel, too. I have to find a way of life that's right for me. Then maybe I can live as an adult without regrets. I like that a lot. I'm going to drop out of school, he smiles. This is where I confess to Haru-chan. That was such a nice summer. I'm sure that his friends will probably keep him from doing anything stupid, though. Haru, aren't you coming back to school in 2 days? Do you have everything ready? Yeah, I didn't get much homework for winter break. And we have a flash over to Haru and her family. Did you study for your entrance exam? That's what really matters. Hee, don't talk about that, Oni-chan. Haru will be fine. I'm sure she'll enjoy any university she gets into. Alright. See her and her family in more detail. Well, as your father, I'd like you to go somewhere that has no carnivores, but where are you planning to go? I wonder. I'd be even more at ease if you were going to a girls' university. It's too early for you to have a boyfriend anyway, right? Didn't I text Lugosi my address? I wonder if he'll give me a New Year's card, she's thinking. Aren't you talking to your boyfriend on the phone at New Year's? What? No, she freaks out. What? You have what color is this dwarf rabbit? And we have her brother. No, Daddy, don't take him seriously. Okay. I hope he's pure white like we are. And I guess maybe that's her sister? Oh, who's that on the intercom? He's not white and he's not a dwarf rabbit, she thinks. He's not even an herbivore. Haru, it's your friend Lesser Panda Rita-chan? I'm coming alone. The worst. And we have our father suspecting the worst. I'm Lesser Panda Reina. I love that. Haha, sorry to disturb you. And then she looks at him all disgruntled. I'll be out for a bit. Don't tell anyone about this, okay? I think if I told your daddy, he'd faint. Good evening. He's meeting her mom. It's the start of a new year, and Haru's family's already in dire straits. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love that. We got to see, again, people we don't usually get to see. So, from now, I just read 3 chapters, I think. So now we're moving on to chapter 99, and I'm not sure how much further I'll go. Maybe 1 or 2 more chapters. I don't think I want to do the full 7 here. But I don't know. We'll see how long the video ends up. 2 locks of Ibuki's hair. Oh. Okay. So we kept the locks of Ibuki's hair then. A memento in his memory. I grabbed 2 locks of his hair from his mane on impulse, and I'm glad I did. Lewis. A visit from his father, Ogami. I've ordered a prosthetic foot of the highest quality that will get you back to walking. Chapter 99. A leader with a black mane. That's the first time he's talked since he got here, thinks Lewis. Thank you, Father. A prosthetic foot of the highest quality, a hospital room that's as fancy as a hotel, and he's speaking as little as possible. I see. My father spends money on me when he's either extremely angry at me or when he's proud of me. What does this mean? And we see him getting a bike as a kid. When I was 9 and I failed to get a perfect grade on a test for the first time, he, for whatever reason, gave me a 500,000 yen bicycle. That's how the male named Ogama expresses his feelings. He displays his complex and mature emotions with statistics and logic. You're back now. We're going to talk about the future. I have to face my father, for real this time. All right. First things first. The university you're going to, Caldona University. Your entrance exam schedule's been decided. Thank you for the trouble. The first exam is January 25th. Your physician says you'll have your new foot before then. All business talk. Guess we can't be father and son without being business partners. I won't tell you to study. Just be sure you pass the exam. I'll do just fine. Was it eaten by someone? What? What are you talking about? My right foot? It was definitely eaten by someone. I didn't want to talk to you about it. You're back, and that's all that matters. But, and he puts his hand on his head, was it painful? I know I humored your antics, but I think you went too far. Oh, what? I'm sorry. I knew it. My father's the polar opposite of him, and yet somehow, and he's looking at Ibuki's hair. Ah, and he sees Ibuki, and then his father's face. What? Nothing. Thin, slanted eyes with small pupils and glasses. The eyes of an adult who deserves my respect and admiration. Once you're out of the hospital, I'm going to limit your freedom for quite a while. You won't be able to go outside without a bodyguard. I knew you'd be angry at me, Father. Right, now we're cutting over. I'm Darth, the chief of the Metropolitan Police. I'm here for my monthly report for peculiar predation cases. Yep, yeah, And we have somebody making something? Making carrot juice again. I see. I hate this job more than anything, to be honest. The alternative is letting the police have complete authority for which reports on extreme and peculiar predation cases should be censored from the public. Therefore, it's my duty to report to you cases of that nature. I can't begin to understand your anxiety, but this isn't easy for me either. The chief of the Metropolitan Police is still not used to being in my presence, I see. Just relax. Why shouldn't I be nervous? After all, Yafya-sama, you're the one and only sublime Beastar. I love my carrot juice. Okay, so weird predation cases. Is he a horse that ate meat, then? Interesting. And he's the sublime Beastar. Very interesting. You're the top leader of this society. You bring us all together, you and no one else. Yeah, that's enough flattery. Or maybe he just gives him reports on predation. It's not that he is actually somebody he's reporting in with because of the predation. Either way, just show me the papers. That's quite a drop from the last month. You think it's because of Christmas. Can he actually read those papers? Yafya-sama, why do you always wear a blindfold? Because a horse's range of vision is wide enough to see what's behind them, and it's really overwhelming. Whenever I open my eyes, I'll see that every herbivore around me has a worried look, and then I'll feel like running like hell. I'm saving my eyes until the time comes when I'll actually need to run like hell. That's what it means to have a Beastar's resolve. Besides, I can read papers just fine, as long as I've got my hands on them. What's all this about? 17-year-old wolf ate his dear friend's foot. This happens all the time. Hell, the media would eat it to pieces. Why do you want to censor it? Oh, well, you see, the wolf had the deer's consent to eat his foot, and that's what makes it peculiar. There's a chance this news could cause an increase in predation incidents. So, this wolf committed predation so we could take down the culprit of a predation incident, and the deer gave him his consent to eat his foot. What's that all about? This guy's philosophy is insane. And he's still a teenager? So he fought fire with fire. That sure sounds dangerous. That actually makes the guy quite interesting. It's good that he's still young, and we have Lugosi sitting with Haru. Why don't we keep an eye on him? He may look awfully sturdy, but he has a tough road ahead of him. What? Oh, nothing. And we had them still sitting at the bench. Why can't you tell me why you're quitting school, says Haru. That's just awful. Sorry. What can I do? The police told me to keep my mouth shut about the incident. You've got even more scratches on your face, she says. I'm getting tired of worrying about you. I'm not your mom. I'm sorry, Haru-chan. Look at me. Wait. I committed predation. I can't be touching Haru, he thinks, and he's just hovering over her. This is so awkward, she thinks. I've dug my own grave. I'm back to where I started, he thinks. Haru-chan, will you still see me after you graduate? Yeah, but I might get a boyfriend while I'm at university. Wuss, she thinks. Don't say that. The romance is seesawing. Next chapter, a colored page to celebrate the 100th chapter. Alright, I'm going to read the 100th, and how much time are we at currently? I'm at 23 minutes in. I can probably go more. I've kind of got through these really quickly. I've loved them all, though. They've all been really good. So I can maybe do the normal. Well, I guess not necessarily normal, but I guess I can do the 7 chapters, because this will be my 5th. And it's taken, like, very little time to get here. But chapter 100, this is one I've been really excited for. Because with a lot of manga or comics or anything, the 100th chapter is always, like, a big one. So I'm excited. Chapter 100, What Happens When You Bust a Tire in a Very Full Train. I love this color page, too. Yo, Lugosi with the banana milk. Top tier. Sorry, I didn't read that. Hang on. Come on. Load up. What did it say? Lugosi drops out of school and decides to dive into the outside world. Okay, so he actually is going to drop out. Weird. High education, high income, high-class condo. Good morning. Morning. I'm a 29-year-old female herbivore, marry no sheep. Nothing like putting on red lipstick, she thinks, and I've got it pretty good. I'm your everyday, dependable female, although I do have one strange habit. Please remain behind the yellow line. Okay? Okay. High-speed commute. Gotcha. I actively ride on the train with carnivores. Get your feet off my tail, damn it. Screw you, I'll bite your head off. And we have an argument on the train every single day. I know there's a nice and quiet herbivore train that's 2 trains next to this one, but I'm here in this hybrid train to stay. This is my decision. And now we have a flash. I'm telling you, hybrid trains aren't safe. What are you trying to prove? We have this bird. I don't want to tell her. She wouldn't understand. Hehehe, well, stuff. You know, when you slap your cheeks 3 times in front of a carnivore, that's a sign that means you can eat me. So be sure, don't touch your cheeks while you're on that train. I wouldn't do that unless I was feeling suicidal. You've got nothing to worry about. As a member of society, I need to treat carnivores. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Like they're my equals. Oh, and is she going to be a co-worker of Lugosi? I doubt that wolf is him, but it might be. I work for a big sporting goods company, one that's dominated by male carnivores. I landed a job here thanks to my academic background and my passion for sporting goods. I always like to look at sporting goods behind a frame. For a fluffy sheep like me, a stylish pair of shoes looked like a faraway dream. And now I'm part of the sales department. Hey, Lam-chan, would you like to go out drinking with the guys? Oh, I think I'll pass. I'm going to work overtime today. This is the one day of the month that I'll make distinguishing results. Lam-chan, the manager wants you. Coming. Honestly, I still don't like the idea of Lugosi leaving school, though, so I hope something happens that he won't. What? I'm moving to a different post. Yeah, well, I know you've done a lot for us, but I don't think you're suited for this kind of job. And we have the sales manager, a skunk. I put you in sales because I thought someone as different as you would be a nice change of pace. The managers and the other employees, they're all the same. But thinking about it now, it seems kind of odd for someone with a sheep's physical ability to be selling sporting goods. It's not very convincing, you know? You probably already know this, but my name isn't Lamb. Oh, but no offense. Oh, this is really well written. How everyone's been talking down to her the whole time, but it seemed so normal. That's really well written. Is that so? My real name is a crazy cool one, Sebun. They call me Lam-chan. When they call me Lam-chan, they're definitely talking about lamb chops. I won't yield to the bullying of male carnivores. Oh, but I've got a really important job that I think you're capable of doing, Lamb-chan. Are you free tonight? Huh? Really important job? What is it? Well, I think that's a mighty fine idea. I'm all up for it. Okay. I'd really like for our companies to team up and make sportswear that'd be popular with all the young carnivores. We have them all drinking. That sounds great. I'm thinking of red as the base color, with black as the accent color. All carnivores love the color red, you know. This hurts. I've got some wonderful wool, miss. What's your species? I'm a merino sheep, sir. Lamb-chan's our therapy animal. Don't you just love touching her? Well, I can't say I don't. And she's laughing nervously. I worked my butt off for 7 years, and this is what I get. A job as an entertainer. And I love showing the absolute disrespect in the society. Well, I'm not in sales anymore, so I don't see the use in lipstick. I don't see the use in a high-class condo either. I'm moving out. I was just playing dumb, feigning ignorance, for a lot of things. When your coworkers make it a habit to bully you, they do it like it's a secret. You don't really get it, but the malice is all there. I think it's time I face reality. I've been heartbroken without even realizing it. I ride the hybrid train. Oh, and this is Lugosi, because he has the, scar and everything. Get your paws off my shoulder. Shut up. Quit growling. Because I'm secretly suicidal. Okay. See, again, these chapters where it just focuses on a random new chapter, whether it was the I chapter or the Cosmo chapter or the Legum chapter, they are some of the most memorable and well-written chapters I can think of in the series. Oh, the one with Shira and Peach's date was really, really good. All of those. You know, when you slap your cheeks 3 times in front of a carnivore, that's a sign that means you can eat me, so don't touch your cheeks while you're on that train. It's a wolf with a scar, she thinks, and then she touches her cheeks. And he just looks at her funny. The gator looks over at him. Alright? And then he pushes her off of the train. That's very rude, he says. Also, it's dangerous for you to be in this train. You shouldn't ride it. Oh, this is my stop. And then Lugosi gets trapped on the train as it leaves. And he's yelling. Oh my god, he is the best character in manga. Oh my god. It's so good. Because he saves her life. And then the silliness of getting stuck. He is the best character in manga. I'm rude, she thinks. What the hell? I know what he meant, but it felt like a breath of fresh air. He's still young. Look at me. I got yelled at by some kid because I wanted to do something crazy. His hand had an insane amount of force when he pushed me. His fangs were big and completely white. I'm reminded of my carnivore classmates from middle school. They never tried to hide their strength or fangs. They were larger than life and a little rough around the edges. But when they turned into adults, they hid their carnivorous traits and became frightening in ways that I can't understand. Wolf-kun, I'm sorry I was so rude to you. I hope you'll keep your honesty as you grow up. And now we're at Ox Real Estate. This apartment's really packed. What kind of apartment are you looking for anyway? A small apartment. That would be good for my stature. Your stature. Oh, lucky for you, there are 2 vacant rooms. They're both small and they're worn out, and most of the animals who live there have special circumstances. Why am I lucky? Because there happens to be another lost sheep who wants to live in the same apartment as you. Oh, why don't you 2 try and be neighbors? Okay, so we're gonna have the neighbors then, Lugosi, and this new character. Sebun, I think was her name. Sure, the teenage wolf is an ex-convict, but... Oh? Huh? Well, this is the safety you can expect when trying to buy a cheap apartment. That's so good. Sad that Lugosi's moving away from his roommates, though. Beastars has reached 100 chapters. Thank you for your support. We have little Padu's mascot on the left. Then Alba, Bill, Oguro, Juno and Riz, Jack and Haru, Lugosi, Gohin, Lewis, Ibuki and Free. Aw, that's sweet. That was a good chapter. That was so good. I loved that. Again, like I said, the chapters where it just focuses on a random new character have been like the best ones. Let's see what my battery looks like. I think I might be okay to read 2 more. What's the time on the recording look like? 30 minutes. I'll save what I got and then I'll record 2 more because I have plenty of time. It's only been like 30 minutes plus a little bit more. It's only been 30 some minutes, so I can move on. I can keep going with 2 more. Okay, now that that's all saved just in case, let's go ahead and start reading chapter 101. The hidden condo. In a room in this old building. The hidden condo, 56 years old, 6 floors, 25,000 yen rent, no baths, public restrooms. Alright. The surrounding town is full of noise. The city center is 10 minutes by train, the back alley market 10 minutes by foot. That is a really run-down apartment building. Okay? Sebun the sheep can't sleep in her new home, and my neighbor always makes a ruckus every night. I've got work tomorrow. I can't sleep like this. I'm going to the restroom. I don't see any lights on, so he's making all that ruckus in the dark? That's so scary. Okay. And then he peeks out. My evidently suspicious neighbor is a total ex-convict and a gray wolf. And they're both in the bathroom. Come on, I'm an adult, aren't I? We've been neighbors for a week now, and I haven't greeted him once. I'm the strange one. Good evening, she says. And that's a cool panel of his face. I remember we saw each other at the real estate office. My name's Sebun, and I'm your neighbor. I'm also a merino sheep. Why did I tell this ex-convict that I'm a sheep? Pleased to meet you. Am I still suicidal? And he's drying his face. And he just walks away. No words. Just a nod? Isn't that just the worst attitude ever? I bet that ex-convict has no friends. That's what I thought at the time. I'm sorry, neighbor. I'm sorry, he's thinking to himself. Legosi! We came to celebrate your new home, and we had the 701 dogs. You guys. Why did you have to only tell Jack? That's cold. It smells like wood. Yeah, sorry, Legosi. I had to bring everyone here. Thanks for having us. This room's... Okay, let's see. I remember the one of them is Collet and the one is Migano. I don't remember the other 2. I don't remember the coyote's name or the fennec fox's name. This room's so small. It's about half the size of our room back at the dorm. And then we have the shake greeting. Yeah, well, one room in this apartment is only 6 mats, which is 9.918 square meters. Okay? I'm kind of overwhelmed that you all came here without telling me. I can barely call this my place with how empty it is. I don't mind you all being here, though. Make yourselves comfortable. All right, he's happy, they all think. I was real surprised when I heard that you were quitting school. We've been living together since middle school level. That's 5 years. We'll always be your friend. And then they have this little moment together. Guys, and he's tearing up. Thanks, guys. We'll keep coming over from now on. And then we have her can basically hear everything because the walls are so thin. My neighbor seems to have a lot of friends, she thinks. They range from friendly, you ought to call me if you run into trouble, and good luck with finding a job. And we have Jack, thanks, see you, to stern, small room. For you, definitely. Yeah, I love the relationship with Gohin and Legosi. To outright vulgar, with a dump like this, is going to be hard to fuck without anyone hearing you. We have Bill, of course. Legosi, did you know Bill's going to be the head of the drama club next year? You have Alba with him too. I don't want to hear teenage boys talking about vulgar stuff. I'm out of here, she thinks. Really? Congratulations, Bill. I'm glad that you're doing okay. I don't want to hear that from a high school dropout. Lewis told me to take the position anyway. You heard about Lewis-senpai, right? He confronted Riz at New Year's all by himself and determined that he was the culprit, at the cost of his right foot. I never would have thought that he was the culprit. Yeah, the head was losing his shit. So, that's how the world sees it, huh? Bet Lewis-senpai is really annoyed by it, thinks Legosi. I feel like a criminal who got away scot-free, so that means Lewis is becoming Beastar and he's gonna have to move up to the next level of competition. I'm the one who ate Lewis-senpai's foot, and these guys don't even know. I wonder what that means is next for Legosi, though, at this point. That reminds me. Dom-senpai and Pino want to come over to your new place. I can tell them where your room number is, right? Okay. It only takes 30 minutes by train to get here from the school. Aw, that's nice. He has so many friends. What? No way. You want me to hang out with those herbivores after I quit school? That's effing lame. Okay, so what's your real reason, says Bill. It's amazing how bad you are at faking. That was so weird, says Alba. You were always a weirdo, but I just don't get why you would want to drop out of school. How can you live independently if you haven't even finished high school? Adult carnivores need social ability more than anything, you know? And that's what you're worst at. I freaking love Bill. Try being friends with your neighbor, or something. And now we have the two of them awkwardly at the sink again. Social ability. I can definitely say that's something I'm the worst at. Because right now, I can't associate myself with herbivores. Calm down. And he's freaking out brushing his teeth. I'll never justify eating flesh. And especially not flesh from a living animal. My words are reverberating throughout my body. Oh, so he feels guilty still. I get it. The first herbivore I touched, ever since I ate Lewis-senpai's foot, was my neighbor. The feel of that herbivore's back made me imagine. Her taste, her texture, her flavor, her juiciness. Now that I know how meat tastes like, my body's now suffering from meat withdrawal. Oh, every night I've been having the same dream. Lugosi, eat my right leg. It haunts me. And he thinks back to eating it. I can't take it anymore. This is the day I'm going to tell him to stop, thinks Sebun. It's open. How careless. Excuse me, are you okay? And then she shrieks as he grabs her and pins her down. I need social ability, Sebun-san. My room doesn't have any electricity. How do I fix that? You're supposed to call the power company and tell them your room number. A power company? Yeah, they can remotely give your room power. Do you have your phone? If you look them up on Zoozle, you can find their phone number. Oh, that's weird, he thinks. I can feel my appetite going away the more I talk to her. Okay. I'm looking for a part-time job, but I don't know how to look for one. Oh, a part-time job. Well, you could find some city work that's around the train, or that's around the train station, or you could go to a job offer website. Are you okay? She asks. Oh, absolutely do not touch me, he says. My messy new life as a carnivore in meat withdrawal. Call the power company, find city work, and go to a job offer website. And he's writing it all down. This may be a weird question, but why'd you help instead of run away from me? Lamb-chan, could you copy this for me, she's thinking? Because it's been a long time since a carnivore actually called me by my real name, and I'm happy you did that. Begins now. I really like Sebun. She's one of my favorite characters already. So I wonder where she works now that she's kind of gotten out of that company, it would seem. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Or if she's still doing the entertainment thing. But I doubt she would have stuck with that. We'll see. Next chapter we have 102. And starting off with the poster on the wall that says, My Milk. Delicious nutrients full of joy. The story takes place at a milk factory. Oh, is this going to be another random new character chapter? I love these. The Personnel Management Bureau is sending over an inspector to check out our My Milk Factory. Okay. Chapter 102, Was It Fire That Made His Body Black? Alright, the factory manager angrily admonishes the workers. You suppliers are going to smile and have fun today. You're weeklier. Nicola-san, use your makeup to get rid of your eye bags. Your large pupils make them stand out. Yes, sir. I work for a milk factory called My Milk, which is currently managed by a bunch of snow leopards. It's not my fault I don't get enough sleep, she thinks. Still not here. Take a look outside. Okay. What was her name? I forgot it already. Let me just check, because it might be important. Nicola. Okay. The dorm here seems to be that cows are the suppliers for milk. You all wait here, and all the other employees are snow leopards. Milking. Even if the work seems too hard for us cows to handle. Nicola, how are you feeling? We find ways to support one another. I'm doing fine. I got more sleep last night. Even so, it's so much better here without them. Oh? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm sorry. Just the after effects. And they collapsed. Is it the milking accelerants? You need to take a break. Those guys are a bunch of demons. How could they make us take those drugs? Let's go to the dressing room. I know I get dizzy often. It leads to a lot of sweat. We're all suffering. Those drugs are making you lose sleep, right? This is the contract between us cows and those snow leopards. Yeah. Cows in their 40s are said to produce milk that's inferior to milk that comes from young cows. The snow leopards will only hire us if we agree to take debilitating drugs that increase our milk output. They have no shame in treating us like this, since they only see us as suppliers. But what really gets me is that I have to suffer because of my pride in my milk. Oh? You're crying, and we have a zebra. Oh, says a snow leopard. Come on, Nicholas-san, there's the guy from the PMB. She has chronic hay fever, you see. Sorry to bother you, Inspector. We're really glad you came to visit when you're so busy. Well, it's my job to inspect workplaces where carnivores and herbivores work together. Being a civil servant isn't easy, huh? I have a question to ask, as a part of my job. Does everyone enjoy working here? Of course, it's a very fair... And then... Whoa! He's like chopping straight into the guy's mouth. I didn't ask for a carnivore's opinion. Holy damn. This milk factory is known to have terrible management. And you're wrong if you think I'll let you throw your weight around forever. Who is that guy? He's nothing like the other inspectors. What's with you? You're no ordinary inspector. Who, me? I'm just an herbivore. I'm proud of it. Okay, and he takes the bandages off, revealing that he isn't actually a zebra. Ow, ow, ow. Herbivores' bodies are not renewable resources. Let's show these managers how vital we herbivores are, ladies. And it's actually, what was his name? Fafra or Yafra or something like that? This society perseveres because of the herbivore's tolerance. And also, because of me. Man. Badass. Yafya. Okay, it's Yafya. Yafya, the sublime Beastar. This is the first time I've ever seen him. So you're Yafya, the current Beastar. You're known as a manifested guardian deity who appears at random places. Never thought you would appear here of all places. He doesn't seem to be the gentle animal I imagined him to be. His body doesn't look like an herbivore's body, and he seems to exude the aura of a demon. I'll put the laws of the society back in their place. Beautiful. The sad truth is that only the strong can lead. They have the right to rule, regardless if they're carnivore or an herbivore. However, the strong must have compassion. And we have the one guy who's backing up against the wall panting, "You're a snow leopard, so you should already know this." And he's shaking his leg around. And he kicks the hell out of him? Okay. Or no, he kicks the hell out of the thing behind him and crushes it. That tank's made of iron. Did I scare you? This is for the tank. This check's good enough for you, right? Just flexing his money. Oh my god. This is too much. It's no skin off my bone, since I'm a Beastar and all. I want you to use the extra money to better these ladies' working conditions. Make it so they don't have to use drugs to have a place in this factory. The Personnel Management Bureau sent me here, by the way. You ladies must have been suffering a while. Then, I'm sorry I couldn't come here sooner. Thank you very much. Beastars, the only pillars of hope in this world filled with interspecial conflicts. Herbivores and carnivores together in a working environment. You okay, sir? Says one of them. Yeah. Why don't we buy another tank while we're at it? It's best that they respect each other and get along. That way, they can make better milk. Today's mission was a success. Yo, and he's up on the rooftop drinking milk. Man, Yafya, this man is a badass. I love it. I love him. I love Sebun. Sebun is such a cool character. One of my favorites already. The stuff and the way things ended with Riz was cool. It'll be interesting because Yafya has his eyes on Lugosi to see where Lugosi goes from here, and also to see Lewis going into the next stage up, which is the Beastar stage, really. Sad that we're leaving a lot of the school characters behind, though. I want to see more of them. But I assume we will at some point, I guess. So yeah, all that was good. I love Lugosi's friends visiting him too. That was a good scene. But either way, going to end the read through of these chapters. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed everything. If you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of my of these chapters and of my thoughts and reactions on them. Subscribe for more. Beastars much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel or talk to you there. If you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us there, just ask and I can give you a link. And yeah, that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.